The productivity hack: simplify your life and achieve more. In the relentless rush of modern life, it often feels as though we're drowning in an endless stream of tasks, deadlines, and expectations. The more we try to juggle, the more we're pulled in countless directions, leaving us feeling overwhelmed, scattered, and, ironically, less productive. Yet amid the noise and chaos, there's an undeniable truth. The secret to achieving more doesn't lie in doing more, but in doing less, more effectively. What if productivity wasn't about squeezing more hours into your day or packing your to-do list with endless items? What if the key to unlocking your potential and achieving your biggest goals was as simple as cutting away the unnecessary, refocusing your energy, and aligning your actions with what truly matters? Imagine waking up each day with clarity, confidence, and the energy to tackle only the tasks that will move the needle forward in your life. This is the power of simplification. It's not about reducing your ambitions or settling for mediocrity. It's about making room for what really drives you, amplifying your efforts in the right areas, and creating space for success to flow more effortlessly. When you cut out the clutter, both in your mind and your environment, you create an environment where productivity thrives. The result? A life where your time is spent on the things that matter most, leading to more achievement, less stress, and a deeper sense of satisfaction. It's time to stop chasing productivity hacks that promise quick fixes and embrace a more deliberate approach. By learning how to simplify, you'll not only achieve more, but you'll also find a deeper connection to the purpose behind your work. It's not just about working smarter, it's about living smarter. The real productivity hack starts now. Chapter 1. Unlocking the Power of Simplicity. In a world that thrives on complexity, the idea that simplifying could be the key to success may seem counterintuitive. Yet, simplicity is often the gateway to clarity, focus, and the productivity we all desire. The modern landscape, with its constant barrage of information, tasks, and distractions, has led many to believe that success requires multitasking, a packed schedule, and an ever-growing list of obligations. But in reality, it's the opposite. The more we complicate our approach, the more we dilute our potential. At the core of simplicity lies the understanding that not all tasks are created equal. In a world that prizes efficiency, it's easy to fall into the trap of doing more simply for the sake of staying busy. But productivity isn't about checking off a never-ending list. It's about honing in on what truly matters, then channeling all your energy into those few key activities. When you simplify your approach, you stop spreading yourself thin and instead direct your resources toward what will generate the most significant impact. Simplicity doesn't mean cutting back on your goals or aspirations. It means cutting away the excess. It's the ability to discern between what truly deserves your attention and what is simply noise. This mindset shift is transformative, as it allows you to eliminate distractions and focus your efforts on high-value activities. In doing so, productivity isn't just a matter of working harder, but working smarter. By embracing simplicity, you also create mental space that allows for deep thinking, creative breakthroughs, and strategic decision-making. When your mind is uncluttered, you can see the path forward more clearly, make more decisive choices, and act with greater conviction. Your clarity of purpose becomes sharper, as you're no longer bogged down by unnecessary decisions or overwhelmed by an endless list of tasks. Additionally, simplifying your approach fosters a sense of control over your time. Rather than constantly reacting to external pressures, you start proactively managing your schedule. The focus shifts from meeting demands to aligning your actions with your priorities. When you stop overcommitting and learn to say no to things that don't align with your core values, you free yourself from the suffocating grip of busyness. Instead, you create space to invest in what truly drives progress and personal growth. Simplicity also enhances your ability to perform at a higher level. When you're not weighed down by complexity, your energy is better focused. The mental fatigue that comes from juggling too many tasks at once diminishes, allowing you to perform at your peak. You become more agile, more resilient, and ultimately more effective in everything you do. The small changes you make by simplifying will compound over time, leading to greater productivity with less effort. The beauty of simplicity lies in its power to amplify. By simplifying, you are not reducing your output, but increasing the quality of what you produce. Each action becomes more purposeful, more aligned with your ultimate goals. In this space of clarity, you will find that you accomplish more, with greater ease, and experience a deeper sense of satisfaction along the way. Chapter 2. Streamlining Daily Tasks. Every day, we are confronted with an overwhelming number of tasks, emails, and notifications, each demanding our attention. It's easy to get caught in the whirlpool of these daily demands, responding reactively to whatever comes our way. Yet, the true power of productivity lies not in tackling everything, but in identifying what matters and removing what doesn't. The first step in streamlining your daily tasks is to recognize the difference between what is urgent and what is important. Urgency often leads us to jump into tasks that seem pressing, but they may not contribute to long-term goals or deliver the results we truly need. Important tasks, on the other hand, are the ones that move the needle forward, whether in personal development, business growth, or meaningful relationships. The key is to prioritize tasks that align with your core objectives and let go of the distractions that scatter your energy. Often, we create unnecessary complexity by assuming that we must manage every task ourselves. Whether it's replying to every email immediately, attempting to handle all aspects of a project, or simply saying yes to every request, we take on too much, leaving little time for deep work or reflection. It's essential to recognize that not every task requires your attention. Delegating tasks that are outside your primary focus can free up valuable time and mental space to concentrate on what truly matters. Another significant aspect of streamlining is to look at how tasks are executed. Many times, we repeat certain actions simply out of habit, without questioning whether they're the most efficient approach. Take a step back and examine your daily routines. Are there any steps that could be eliminated or combined? A small shift in how you approach a recurring task can lead to a major reduction in wasted time. For instance, if you find yourself sorting through emails at different points throughout the day, consider setting aside a designated time to go through them all at once. By batching tasks, you reduce the cognitive load of constantly switching between different activities. The rise of digital tools and automation presents a powerful opportunity to streamline your work. From task management apps that help you organize priorities to automation tools that handle repetitive tasks, technology can reduce the need for manual effort and free up your focus. But these tools should be used strategically, not as a means to simply pile on more tasks. The goal is to automate the mundane so that you can focus on tasks that require creativity, problem solving, and strategic thinking. As you simplify your daily tasks, also take time to analyze how you can minimize interruptions. Unnecessary meetings, excessive emails, and constant notifications can fragment your day and prevent you from entering a state of focused flow. Set boundaries around your time by scheduling uninterrupted periods for deep work. By creating an environment that is free from these disruptions, you allow yourself to be fully present in the tasks that matter most. It's also crucial to develop a mindset that appreciates the value of saying no. We often overcommit because we feel compelled to please others or maintain a certain image. But the true art of streamlining comes from confidently turning down requests that don't align with your priorities. Each yes you say to something that doesn't serve your purpose is a no to the things that will propel you forward. Recognizing this power allows you to protect your time and focus on your most important tasks. Finally, streamlining your day isn't just about cutting out tasks. It's about creating a rhythm that aligns with your energy and capacity. There will be days when you are more energized and creative, and there will be times when you need rest or a break. Learning to adjust your schedule to accommodate both high energy and low energy periods ensures that you remain efficient without burning out. By understanding your body's natural rhythms and aligning your most important tasks with when you are at your best, you enhance the quality and output of your work. When you start identifying the unnecessary tasks and distractions, you create more room for focused, high-impact actions. Simplifying your day is not about minimizing your potential, but maximizing it by giving your attention to the things that truly deserve it and eliminating the noise that stands in the way. Chapter 3. Maximizing your energy for maximum output. The connection between energy and productivity is often underestimated. While we tend to focus on time management as the key to achieving more, the truth is that the most successful individuals don't just manage their time. They manage their energy. Time is finite, but our energy levels fluctuate throughout the day, influencing our ability to focus, make decisions, and produce high-quality work. Understanding how to optimize your energy can make the difference between feeling overwhelmed and accomplishing everything you set out to do. Energy isn't just about physical stamina. Mental and emotional energy play just as significant a role in determining how well we perform. When you're physically fatigued, your mind becomes sluggish, and tasks that would typically require little effort can feel insurmountable. Similarly, when your mind is scattered, stressed, or unfocused, even the simplest tasks become draining. The most effective way to maximize output isn't by pushing through fatigue or stress, but by proactively managing how you nurture your energy. One of the most powerful tools in maximizing energy is developing a deep awareness of your natural rhythms. Every individual has periods throughout the day when they feel most energized, focused, and alert. For some, it's in the early morning. For others, the afternoon or evening hours are when they feel their best. The key is to identify these peak energy windows and align your most important tasks with them. Instead of forcing yourself to tackle complex or creative work when your energy is low, dedicate these windows to deep, focused activities that require mental clarity. On the flip side, when you're feeling mentally drained, don't push through with tasks that demand a high level of cognitive effort. Instead, switch to more routine or physical tasks that can be accomplished with minimal mental energy. These could include tasks like organizing your workspace, responding to simple emails, or even going for a walk. By working with your natural energy cycle rather than against it, you preserve your resources and maintain sustained productivity over the long term. Physical energy is equally important. Our bodies were designed to move, and movement fuels both physical and mental clarity. When you begin your day with physical activity, whether it's a brisk walk, a few minutes of stretching, or a more intense workout, you're kickstarting your metabolism, increasing blood flow to your brain, and enhancing your overall mood. Regular exercise is more than just a physical practice. It's a cornerstone of mental resilience and cognitive function. Even small, consistent movements, like taking the stairs or doing short stretching breaks throughout the day, can make a big difference in sustaining high levels of energy. In addition to exercise, proper nutrition plays a crucial role in maintaining energy. What we eat directly affects how we feel and perform. Processed foods, sugary snacks, and caffeine may provide a temporary burst of energy, but they ultimately lead to crashes that can derail your productivity. Instead, focus on nutrient-dense foods that provide sustained energy throughout the day. Incorporate whole grains, lean proteins, and fresh fruits and vegetables to fuel both your body and brain. Hydration is equally important. Dehydration, even in mild forms, can cause fatigue, headaches, and difficulty concentrating. Drinking water throughout the day helps maintain optimal performance levels. Sleep, often overlooked in our busy lives, is one of the most powerful ways to boost energy. Without adequate sleep, cognitive function and physical performance decline significantly, regardless of how much we push ourselves. Restorative sleep allows your body and mind to recover, replenish energy reserves, and prepare for the challenges ahead. Prioritize quality sleep by establishing a consistent sleep routine, creating a restful environment, and ensuring you get enough hours of sleep to fully recharge. The more you nurture your body's natural need for rest, the more energy you will have during the day to give your best efforts. Equally essential is emotional energy. Negative emotions, stress, and mental clutter drain energy and block your ability to focus on tasks. When you're feeling overwhelmed or anxious, productivity can feel impossible. Building emotional resilience through mindfulness practices, meditation, or simply taking breaks to check in with yourself helps manage these emotional fluctuations. When you can remain calm and centered, your energy remains steady, and your ability to tackle challenges is unhindered. To maximize energy throughout the day, consider incorporating intentional breaks into your routine. The human mind isn't designed for continuous, unbroken work. Short, periodic breaks not only help you recharge, but they also improve focus and performance. The Pomodoro technique, for example, involves working for 25 minutes and then taking a 5-minute break, with longer breaks after several cycles. These intervals help to maintain high levels of productivity while preventing burnout. Lastly, cultivate an environment that enhances your energy. A cluttered, chaotic workspace can drain your focus and mental energy, whereas a clean and organized space promotes clarity and concentration. Surround yourself with positive influences, whether through uplifting conversations, motivational music, or inspiring visuals that help elevate your mood and energy levels. Your environment is a reflection of your mental and emotional state, and adjusting it can have a profound impact on your overall well-being and productivity. When you learn to harness your energy and use it wisely, your capacity to produce becomes limitless. By being intentional with your physical, mental, and emotional energy, you unlock the ability to perform at your highest level. Maximizing energy isn't about pushing harder. It's about aligning your actions with your energy and understanding that true productivity is about the quality of effort, not the quantity of tasks. Chapter 4. Creating Systems for Effortless Success. Success is not simply the result of sporadic bursts of effort or raw ambition. It's the byproduct of intentional, consistent actions driven by organized systems that make the complex feel simple. At the heart of effortless success lies the ability to set up structures that work on autopilot, reducing the mental load and eliminating the chaos that comes with having to make decisions on the fly. We often believe that the path to achievement is cluttered with decisions and actions, yet the truth is that our brains are wired to thrive when we reduce decision fatigue and streamline our processes. Every time we have to decide what to do next, our mental energy depletes. If this decision-making process is repeated throughout the day, it can leave us feeling drained, even before we get to the most important tasks. Creating systems can significantly minimize this mental exhaustion and give you the clarity to work efficiently. The first step in building effective systems is to identify recurring tasks. These are the small yet essential actions you perform regularly: checking emails, planning your day, meal prep, exercise routines, or managing your finances. When these tasks are left to chance or done haphazardly, they consume more energy and attention than they need to. By creating specific systems for each of these activities, you can ensure that they run smoothly without requiring constant decision-making. For instance, take the task of planning your day. Instead of waking up and scrambling to figure out what you need to focus on, design a system where the day is mapped out in advance. This could mean setting aside a specific time the night before to outline priorities, allowing you to wake up knowing exactly where to start and how to progress. Systems can be as simple as creating a daily template, using productivity tools like calendars or to-do lists, or even incorporating time-blocking techniques to structure your work hours. In addition to reducing mental fatigue, systems enable you to take back control of your environment. By organizing your physical space, you minimize distractions and create a space that naturally supports your productivity. When everything has its place, you spend less time searching for what you need and more time on the tasks that matter. It's not about perfection, but about creating an environment that supports the flow of work and allows you to focus on what's truly important. The key to maintaining these systems lies in consistency. Once a system is in place, it becomes second nature. What once took effort now feels effortless. Whether it's an organized workspace, a clear set of goals, or an established routine, consistency keeps the system working in the background, enabling you to dedicate your energy to higher-level thinking and decision-making. The more systems you create, the less effort you need to exert, freeing up mental space to focus on creative pursuits or larger objectives. Chapter 5. Mastering Focus and Minimizing Distractions. Focus is the foundation upon which all productivity is built. It's the ability to channel your mental energy into a single task, blocking out the myriad of distractions that fight for your attention. In a world brimming with constant notifications, emails, and multitasking demands, mastering focus has become one of the most sought-after skills for high achievers. Without it, even the most well-organized systems or well-meaning intentions can crumble. Distractions are not just external, they are internal as well. Our minds are filled with endless thoughts, to-do lists, and worries that can easily pull us away from the task at hand. It's important to understand that focus is not just about ignoring these distractions. It's about training your brain to return to the task when it inevitably drifts. The art of focus is about redirecting attention, not forcing it to remain fixed indefinitely. To begin mastering focus, the first step is to establish an environment that is conducive to concentration. This may mean physically isolating yourself from distractions, such as turning off your phone or finding a quiet place to work. However, creating a distraction-free space also involves eliminating mental clutter. It's nearly impossible to focus if your mind is filled with anxiety about what you're not doing or what you've yet to complete. By clearing your mental space through techniques like mindfulness or journaling, you allow yourself to fully immerse in the task at hand. One highly effective way to train focus is by using the Pomodoro technique, which involves working in intense 25-minute bursts followed by a brief break. This method plays into the brain's natural rhythm, preventing burnout and maintaining sharp focus over longer periods. During the work phase, the goal is to commit to deep focus, making a conscious effort to block out any distractions. By the time the break arrives, your mind has had a chance to refresh, allowing you to start the next round of focused work with renewed energy. Another way to minimize distractions is to define your priorities and set clear boundaries. It's easy to get distracted by tasks that aren't in line with your bigger goals. If you allow yourself to be pulled in multiple directions, focus will remain elusive. Instead, create a set of non-negotiable priorities each day. Recognize that saying no to certain tasks is not only necessary for your own well-being, but also for the quality of work you produce. When your priorities are clear, distractions seem less inviting. Technology, while helpful, is also a major contributor to distraction in today's fast-paced world. Social media, email notifications, and messaging apps are constantly vying for your attention. To master focus, consider using strategies like turning off non-essential notifications, setting designated times for checking messages, or using apps that block distracting websites during work hours. In some cases, the simplest solution, turning off your phone, can be the most powerful. It's also crucial to develop self-discipline by recognizing the moments when your attention wanes. Every individual has natural dips in focus, and understanding your own rhythms is vital. If you know that your energy and concentration levels are highest in the morning, dedicate this time to the most important tasks. During the afternoon slump, instead of pushing through, opt for tasks that require less mental energy or take breaks to recharge. Focus is a skill, and like any skill, it improves with practice. Every time you refocus your attention after a distraction, you're strengthening your ability to concentrate. It's not about being perfect or completely avoiding distractions. It's about training yourself to consistently bring your mind back to the present task. Over time, with conscious effort, the distractions that once seemed overwhelming begin to lose their power, and your ability to concentrate deepens. Chapter 6. Embracing the Power of Consistency. The allure of sudden breakthroughs and spectacular transformations often overshadows the true path to success. Yet, while breakthroughs can certainly be exhilarating, they are often the result of consistent effort compounded over time. True progress comes not from sporadic bursts of effort, but from the quiet, deliberate commitment to showing up day after day. In fact, consistency is the foundation upon which all sustainable success is built. A routine is the vehicle that carries you from where you are to where you want to be. The key lies in making small, intentional actions a non-negotiable part of your day. It's easy to romanticize the idea of inspiration driving productivity. However, inspiration is fleeting, and what truly keeps the gears of progress turning is habit. The more you repeat a certain task, the less mental effort it requires to continue, and the greater the momentum that builds as a result. Establishing routines is not about rigidly scheduling every moment of your day. It's about finding a rhythm that supports your goals and honors your energy levels. For example, if you're most productive in the early morning, prioritize your most important tasks during those hours. If you're more creative in the evening, save your brain power for brainstorming or problem-solving sessions. The beauty of consistency is that it allows you to make meaningful progress without overwhelming yourself. Small habits compound over time, creating a powerful ripple effect. These seemingly insignificant actions are often the ones that hold the greatest potential for change. Whether it's reading for 15 minutes each morning, taking a few minutes to meditate, or exercising for just 20 minutes a day, these small actions don't feel like much in the moment, but over the course of weeks, months, or even years, they can result in dramatic transformation. The power lies not in the magnitude of the task itself, but in the consistency with which it's executed. Consistency is also key when it comes to building trust with yourself. Many people struggle with self-doubt or procrastination, but by committing to a routine, you send a powerful message to your brain. I can trust myself to follow through. This trust grows over time, and with each successful completion of a task, your confidence builds, creating a feedback loop that fuels further progress. Another crucial aspect of consistency is the ability to handle setbacks. It's easy to be consistent when things are going well, but the true test of your commitment comes when you face obstacles or disruptions. Life will inevitably throw curveballs, but consistency doesn't mean perfection. It means showing up even when it's hard. When you embrace consistency, you begin to see challenges not as failures, but as opportunities to reinforce your resolve. Instead of abandoning your routine after a setback, you make the choice to get back on track, reinforcing your ability to navigate obstacles with resilience. The power of consistency extends beyond just the big goals. It influences all areas of your life. It is reflected in how you handle small tasks, interactions, and even your personal habits. If you commit to small, positive actions each day, you'll soon find that they permeate every part of your life. The act of consistently working towards your goals leads to a greater sense of fulfillment, as the daily practice becomes a form of mastery in itself. Over time, consistency shifts from being something you must force yourself to do to something that becomes second nature. The more you practice, the more ingrained these habits become until they form an automatic part of your life. This is where true progress happens, not in sporadic bursts of effort, but in the quiet dedication to routine, purpose, and persistence. By creating routines that support your long-term vision, you unlock the potential to move forward steadily, even when faced with the unexpected. Chapter 7. Prioritizing what matters most. In a world flooded with endless demands for our time and attention, it's easy to become overwhelmed by the sheer volume of tasks that seem urgent but aren't necessarily important. Every day presents a multitude of opportunities to get caught up in busy work, responding to emails, attending meetings, or addressing issues that, in the grand scheme of things, don't move the needle on your most meaningful goals. The art of prioritizing what truly matters is about making the conscious decision to focus on high-impact activities that propel you forward, rather than getting bogged down in distractions that keep you stagnant. The process begins with clarity. Without a clear understanding of your long-term vision, it's difficult to discern which tasks will lead to real progress and which ones are simply noise. The first step in prioritization is knowing exactly what you want to achieve, not just in the next day or week, but over the course of months or years. When your goals are clearly defined, you can assess each task and ask yourself, does this move me closer to my purpose? If the answer is no, it's time to let it go. Once you've clarified your vision, the next step is to break that vision down into smaller, actionable objectives. These smaller objectives serve as guiding lights that lead you through the clutter of everyday life. By focusing on what aligns with your long-term goals, you can naturally start to weed out tasks that aren't aligned with your true purpose. It becomes less about saying yes to everything and more about saying no to things that are not essential to your success. It's also essential to identify your high-impact activities, those tasks that have the potential to create the greatest return on investment for your time and energy. These are the activities that, when completed, move you closer to achieving your goals, whether it's growing a business, advancing your career, improving your health, or building deeper relationships. High-impact activities may not always be the most urgent tasks, but they are the ones that require your focus and attention because they yield long-term benefits. Consider the Pareto principle, or the 80-20 rule, which suggests that roughly 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. Identifying this 20% and dedicating the majority of your time and energy to these high-value activities is one of the most powerful ways to work smarter, not harder. It's not about doing more, it's about doing the right things that truly matter. Often this means making difficult choices, like declining invitations, saying no to non-essential meetings, or letting go of tasks that don't contribute directly to your success. Part of prioritization involves understanding your own energy and attention cycles. Some tasks require deep focus and mental clarity, while others can be handled in a more passive state. By scheduling high-impact activities during times when you're naturally alert and energized, you ensure that you're giving your best effort to the things that matter most. Recognizing the ebb and flow of your energy throughout the day can be a game changer in terms of productivity. What would typically feel like a daunting or overwhelming task when you're fatigued can become an easy win if tackled during your peak performance windows. It's also important to assess the long-term impact of your actions. In a world that often prioritizes immediate results, it's easy to get caught up in short-term fixes that provide instant gratification. However, true success is built on actions that compound over time. When prioritizing, ask yourself whether the task at hand is a quick fix or something that will provide lasting value. Sometimes, the most important tasks are those that don't provide immediate rewards but will pay off significantly in the future. Another key element of prioritization is learning how to delegate or outsource tasks that are important but don't require your specific expertise or attention. Not everything on your to-do list needs to be done by you. By recognizing where others can take over, you free up your time for activities that align more closely with your strengths and goals. Whether it's hiring help, automating processes, or simply relying on a trusted team, delegation allows you to concentrate on what you do best while empowering others to contribute their own talents. The final step in prioritizing is recognizing the power of continuous reflection. It's easy to get caught in the rush of day-to-day tasks, but without regularly evaluating whether your activities are aligned with your long-term objectives, you risk veering off course. Taking a moment each week to assess how you spent your time and whether it's in alignment with your goals gives you the opportunity to adjust, realign, and focus on the things that truly matter. Ultimately, prioritization is about consciously choosing how to spend your most precious resource, time. It's a commitment to focusing on the activities that move you closer to the life you want to create, rather than allowing distractions and noise to dominate your day. By making intentional decisions about where to direct your energy, you maximize your potential and pave the way for sustained success. Chapter 8. Leveraging Tools and Technology for Maximum Efficiency. In today's fast-paced world, the potential to achieve more in less time is no longer confined to personal discipline alone. The key to unlocking extraordinary productivity lies in the tools and technology we have at our disposal. When used effectively, these resources can streamline processes, eliminate redundancies, and allow you to focus on what truly matters. Rather than being overwhelmed by the sheer volume of work, you can harness the power of technology to manage tasks, automate routines, and organize your life with precision. A crucial element in maximizing efficiency is selecting the right tools that align with your specific needs and objectives. With so many available options, ranging from project management platforms to advanced data analytics tools, choosing the right fit can seem daunting. However, it all begins with identifying the tasks or areas of your life that need streamlining. Whether it's managing your schedule, communicating with your team, or tracking your progress on personal goals, the right tool can transform what once felt like a complex challenge into a simple and manageable process. For example, project management tools such as Trello, Asana, or Monday.com help break down complex tasks into manageable steps, assign responsibilities, and track progress. Instead of sifting through long email threads or scattered notes, everything you need is consolidated in one place, accessible at any time. With a well-organized system, you reduce the chances of missing key details and ensure that important projects stay on track. These tools provide transparency, so everyone involved is clear about their responsibilities, timelines, and goals. For individuals looking to improve personal productivity, time-tracking apps like Toggle or Rescue Time can offer insightful data on where your time is spent. By gaining a clearer picture of how you allocate your hours throughout the day, you can identify distractions or inefficient habits and make adjustments that improve your workflow. Time tracking is an empowering exercise. It reveals the hidden inefficiencies that, once addressed, can unlock more hours for high-impact activities. Automation tools also play a significant role in boosting efficiency. In the modern era, we no longer need to manually complete repetitive tasks when technology can handle them seamlessly. Email filters and scheduling apps can save you hours every week. Tools like Zapier allow you to set up workflows that connect different apps and automate routine tasks, such as transferring data between software systems, updating your calendar, or even sending follow-up emails. Automation isn't just about saving time. It's about eliminating the potential for human error and ensuring consistency across your processes. Cloud storage services such as Google Drive, Dropbox, or OneDrive have revolutionized how we store and access information. No longer do we need to shuffle through physical files or worry about losing important documents. With everything securely stored online, files are instantly accessible from anywhere, whether you're at home, in the office, or traveling. These tools also allow for easy collaboration, as teams can edit and comment on shared documents in real time. The ability to access work from any device at any time maximizes flexibility and ensures that productivity doesn't stop when you're away from your desk. Communication tools such as Slack, Microsoft Teams, or Zoom facilitate smooth collaboration, especially when working with remote teams. These platforms allow for instant messaging, video calls, and file sharing, which helps maintain an open flow of information. In a digital workspace where face-to-face interactions aren't always possible, these tools enable timely communication that keeps projects moving forward. By centralizing communication in one location, they also reduce the need for long, fragmented email chains or scattered messages across various platforms. In addition to specific tools designed for productivity, there are numerous apps that support personal well-being, which is essential for sustained efficiency. Meditation apps like Headspace or Calm help reduce stress and enhance focus. Fitness trackers such as Fitbit or Apple Watch encourage healthy habits by reminding you to move or engage in mindful activities throughout the day. Nutrition apps like MyFitnessPal help you track meals, ensuring that your energy levels remain high, which is essential for maintaining optimal productivity. Furthermore, virtual assistants, whether in the form of Alexa, Siri, or Google Assistant, can help manage daily tasks with ease. These tools can set reminders, schedule meetings, send messages, and even help with hands-free web browsing. The convenience of a virtual assistant reduces the friction of completing everyday tasks, freeing up your mental bandwidth for more important work. While technology can be a tremendous asset, it's essential to strike a balance between leveraging tools and not becoming enslaved by them. Technology is a means to an end, not the end itself. Having the right resources at your fingertips can elevate your efficiency, but only if you know how to use them strategically and consciously. The key is integration, ensuring that your chosen tools work together in harmony to create a seamless workflow that amplifies your capabilities. With the right tools in place, productivity becomes less about forcing yourself to work harder and more about working smarter. Technology enables you to simplify, automate, and optimize the work you do, making room for greater creativity, focus, and growth. When used wisely, these tools can empower you to achieve more with less effort so you can spend more time doing what truly matters, pursuing your goals with clarity and confidence. Chapter 9. Saying No Without Guilt. In a world where demands are endless and opportunities seem ever-present, the ability to say no is often a rare and powerful skill. For many, the very idea of turning down a request, opportunity, or even an invitation brings up feelings of guilt, anxiety, or fear of letting others down. Yet, in order to truly protect our time, energy, and well-being, saying no is not just a necessity. It is a strategic choice that enables us to focus on what truly matters. The first step in saying no without guilt is understanding that your time and energy are finite resources. Every decision to say yes comes with an unspoken commitment, and in many cases that commitment stretches your resources thinner than they should be. When you agree to tasks, meetings, or social engagements that don't align with your values or goals, you are essentially diluting your focus. What you may not realize is that the cost of this dilution far outweighs the short-term satisfaction of fulfilling a request. By saying no to the things that don't serve you, you say yes to the things that truly matter: your goals, your relationships, your health, and your peace of mind. Saying no becomes easier when you realize that you are not obligated to please everyone. Too often, we make decisions based on the expectation that we should be available, agreeable, and helpful at all times. This mentality can lead to burnout, frustration, and a sense of being overwhelmed. The truth is, you cannot serve others effectively if you are not taking care of yourself first. It is essential to acknowledge that your time, attention, and energy are valuable. By setting boundaries, you are not only protecting your own well-being, but also ensuring that when you do say yes, you are able to give your full, undivided attention to the task at hand. Boundaries are a form of self-respect, and setting them requires a level of confidence and assertiveness that many of us are not accustomed to. It can be difficult to disappoint others, especially when they are well-meaning or when their requests come from a place of urgency. However, part of respecting others is being honest with them about your limitations. When you set clear boundaries, you create an environment where mutual respect is valued. People will understand and appreciate your honesty, even if they are initially disappointed. Saying no is not a rejection of the person making the request. It is an assertion of your own priorities. The art of saying no without guilt also involves shifting your mindset from one of obligation to one of intention. Every time you say yes to something, you are essentially saying no to something else, whether it's personal time, health, creative endeavors, or family. The key to making empowered choices is to weigh the trade-offs. Will saying yes to this request move you closer to your goals, or will it detract from your well-being? If the answer is no, then saying no becomes an act of self-preservation rather than selfishness. You can't be everything to everyone, but you can be the best version of yourself when you prioritize what's important to you. One of the most powerful tools for maintaining boundaries is learning how to communicate with clarity and kindness. Saying no doesn't have to be harsh or confrontational. You can decline with grace and empathy, offering alternatives or suggesting other resources when appropriate. For instance, instead of saying, "I don't have time for this," you can say, "I'm currently focused on a project that requires my full attention, but I'd love to revisit this at a later time." This approach not only preserves your boundaries but also fosters positive relationships built on mutual respect. Learning to say no also means becoming more attuned to your own needs and limits. It's important to recognize the signs of stress, fatigue, and overwhelm before they become too much to handle. If you are constantly stretched thin, your ability to be present, effective, and productive in other areas diminishes. The act of saying no can be a simple but profound way to recalibrate, allowing you to regain control over your schedule and focus on the things that truly matter. It's a practice that becomes easier over time, and as you consistently choose what aligns with your values and goals, you'll find that your confidence grows and your sense of balance improves. This process isn't always immediate. It requires practice and the courage to disappoint others when necessary. However, the more you practice saying no, the more natural it will feel. You'll begin to trust yourself and your instincts, knowing that you are honoring your own needs and creating the space to excel in what truly matters. Saying no in this sense is not a denial of opportunity, but a commitment to living with purpose and intention. Ultimately, the ability to say no without guilt is a skill that empowers you to take control of your time and energy. It is not about rejecting others or shutting the door on opportunities. Instead, it's about making conscious decisions that preserve your well-being, protect your focus, and allow you to be your best self, both for yourself and for others. By establishing boundaries, you are creating the framework for a more fulfilling, balanced, and productive life. Chapter 10. Sustaining Motivation and Momentum. Maintaining high motivation and momentum, especially when faced with obstacles, is one of the greatest challenges anyone can encounter on the path to success. The initial spark of enthusiasm when starting a new project or setting new goals can be exhilarating. However, as time progresses, the energy that accompanied the beginning often fades, and challenges start to feel more daunting. During these times, it's easy to lose sight of the progress made or the reasons you started in the first place. Yet maintaining motivation isn't about waiting for inspiration to strike again. It is about harnessing the right techniques to keep the drive alive and push through even the most difficult moments. One of the first keys to sustaining momentum is to reconnect with your purpose. When the daily grind starts to wear you down, remind yourself why you started in the first place. Whether it's the vision of a better future, a desire to improve, or the pursuit of something deeply meaningful, anchoring yourself to this purpose can provide the fuel you need to keep moving forward. Sometimes, looking back at the milestones you've already achieved can also serve as a powerful motivator. This reflection on past successes can reignite a sense of pride and accomplishment, helping you recognize how far you've come and why it's worth continuing. Another powerful strategy for keeping motivation high is breaking larger tasks into smaller, more manageable pieces. When a goal feels overwhelming, it's easy to get discouraged and lose momentum. But when you focus on one small step at a time, you reduce the pressure, creating a sense of accomplishment with each task completed. These small wins build over time, creating a snowball effect of positivity and motivation. With every small success, you'll find your drive grows, and the larger goal becomes more attainable. The environment you surround yourself with also plays a crucial role in maintaining motivation. People who support you, engage in similar pursuits, or offer positive reinforcement can help keep your energy levels high. Seek out communities or individuals who share your passion and who can help hold you accountable. Additionally, removing distractions and cultivating a space where you can focus uninterrupted will allow your energy to remain on the task at hand. A space designed for success will naturally help maintain the momentum you've worked so hard to build. One of the most vital aspects of sustaining momentum is understanding that motivation fluctuates. It's natural. There will be days when your drive is low, and that's okay. On those days, it's important to embrace patience and self-compassion. The key is to keep showing up, even when motivation seems absent. Consistency, despite a lack of enthusiasm, is what separates those who succeed from those who give up. During these times, your habits will be your most valuable asset. Establishing daily routines that align with your long-term goals ensures that even on days when motivation wanes, progress continues to be made. Finally, don't underestimate the power of rest and rejuvenation. Overworking can lead to burnout, which will drain both your physical and mental energy, making it even harder to regain momentum. Allowing yourself time to recharge ensures that when you return to your tasks, you're ready to tackle them with fresh energy and a renewed sense of purpose. In the end, motivation and momentum are not external forces to wait for. They are cultivated from within, nurtured by action, reflection, and the environment you create for yourself. When you learn to tap into this inner strength, even the most daunting challenges become opportunities to demonstrate resilience and determination. Chapter 11. Reflecting and Adjusting for Continuous Growth. Growth is a process, not a destination. Without reflection and adjustment, even the most ambitious plans can falter. Reflecting on your progress provides a clear mirror to the work you've done and the lessons you've learned along the way. However, self-assessment isn't just about looking back. It's about looking at where you are now, analyzing what is working and what isn't, and making the necessary tweaks to keep moving forward. Without the act of continual reflection, we run the risk of stagnation, no matter how much effort we put into our tasks. The first step in this process is to create regular checkpoints in your journey. Too often, we get caught up in the hustle and forget to pause and take stock of where we are. This can lead to feeling lost or off track, even when progress is being made. By setting aside specific times, whether weekly, monthly, or quarterly, to reflect on your achievements and struggles, you can identify patterns and areas for improvement. These moments of reflection allow you to assess your progress with a clear mind, without the distractions of the day-to-day grind. When reflecting, it is essential to ask the right questions. What goals did I set out to achieve, and where do I stand in relation to them? What have I done well, and what could I have done better? What obstacles have I encountered, and how did I handle them? Reflecting on these questions doesn't just highlight gaps in progress. It also shines a light on areas where you can fine-tune your strategies. By identifying the actions or mindsets that are hindering progress, you can shift your approach to be more effective moving forward. But reflection isn't only about self-critique. It's also about celebrating the victories, no matter how small they may seem. Acknowledging the achievements, whether it's hitting a small target, developing a new skill, or learning a lesson from failure, is key to staying motivated and feeling encouraged. Recognizing your progress builds momentum and reinforces the belief that you are moving in the right direction. It also helps to remind yourself that growth often comes in waves. Sometimes it's slow, but it's always moving forward. Adjusting is where the real power of growth lies. After reflection, it's time to put what you've learned into action. Often this involves experimenting with new strategies, changing old habits, or introducing new tools. It's essential to keep evolving and adapting, especially in a world that's constantly shifting. If something isn't working, don't be afraid to pivot. Changing course doesn't mean failure. It simply means you are evolving and optimizing your approach for the future. Sometimes, adjustments are minor, such as tweaking a morning routine, refining a work process, or improving communication. Other times, they may be more significant, such as altering a long-term goal or redirecting your career path. Regardless of the magnitude, adjustments should be seen as part of the natural process of continuous growth. Staying fixed in one way of doing things can limit potential, while flexibility enables learning and ongoing improvement. Ultimately, self-reflection and adjustment are the foundation of sustainable progress. They ensure that you are not just moving forward, but doing so with intention and mindfulness. By continually assessing your strategies and making necessary adjustments, you create a cycle of perpetual growth. This process doesn't end. It becomes a way of life, enabling you to rise to every new challenge with wisdom and resilience. Chapter 12. Living a Life of Purpose and Productivity. The pursuit of a purposeful life is often clouded by distractions, pressures, and the overwhelming demands of modern living. In a world that glorifies busyness, it's easy to become caught up in a whirlwind of tasks, commitments, and expectations that divert attention from what truly matters. Yet the art of simplicity offers a profound antidote to this chaos. By stripping away the unnecessary and focusing on what aligns with your core values, you can cultivate a life that not only feels more meaningful, but is also far more productive. Living a life of purpose starts with understanding what truly matters to you, what lights you up, and gives you a sense of fulfillment. Too often, people measure their worth or success by external metrics: how much money they make, the status they achieve, or the expectations of others. While these can be important, they often obscure the deeper sense of purpose that drives lasting satisfaction. Purpose is not something that is dictated by the world around you. It's something that comes from within, shaped by your passions, your values, and your unique experiences. When you focus on living purposefully, every action you take becomes more intentional. You begin to understand the underlying reasons behind your choices, which gives them greater significance. It's about aligning your daily efforts with a larger vision, whether that's contributing to your community, pursuing personal growth, or creating a legacy that will outlive you. Every small step you take in the direction of your purpose adds to a more fulfilled and impactful life. This kind of clarity helps to prioritize your tasks, ensuring that the energy you put into the world is directed toward goals that align with your true calling. Simplicity plays a crucial role in this process. A cluttered life, whether mental, emotional, or physical, can make it nearly impossible to focus on what really matters. Simplifying your life doesn't mean doing less, but doing less of what doesn't move you closer to your purpose. It means eliminating the distractions and noise that take up space in your mind and in your day. When your environment and routines are streamlined, you free up mental energy to devote to the things that matter most. The clearer your focus, the more intentional your actions, and the more profound your impact. Purpose and productivity are not opposing forces. In fact, they are intertwined. When you live with purpose, you naturally find ways to be more productive because your actions are aligned with something meaningful. Productivity, in this sense, is not just about achieving more tasks, but achieving the right tasks that push you toward your goals. It's about efficiency, but also about effectiveness, doing things that make a difference, not just staying busy. Simplifying your approach to work and life ensures that you are doing less, but with greater intention and precision. Living a life of purpose also involves embracing the concept of balance. While work and productivity are essential, they should never overshadow the importance of self-care, relationships, and the things that bring you joy. Purposeful living requires space for rest, reflection, and connection with others. These aspects are just as vital to your well-being and success as the work you put into achieving your goals. When you nourish every aspect of your life, physical, emotional, and spiritual, you create a foundation that supports both purpose and productivity. In this journey, setbacks and challenges will arise, but with a clear sense of purpose, you are better equipped to navigate them. Life's obstacles become less daunting when you understand the deeper meaning behind your efforts. Each challenge, instead of being a deterrent, becomes an opportunity to strengthen your resolve and to learn more about yourself. Purpose infuses your life with resilience, giving you the strength to persevere and adjust when necessary. Ultimately, a life of purpose and productivity is not about chasing after every new goal or striving for perfection. It's about consciously choosing what is worth your time and energy. It's about having the clarity to see through the noise and focusing on the things that truly align with your heart's desires. When you simplify your approach to life, you open the door to a world of possibilities where your actions are deliberate, your energy is invested wisely, and your journey is one of deep fulfillment. Conclusion. As you reflect on the journey you've embarked on through this book, the principles of simplicity, focus, and intentionality should now feel more familiar, tools that, when put into practice, have the power to transform not only your productivity, but the way you approach life itself. What you have learned is not just a method for doing more or achieving more, but a framework for living with greater clarity, purpose, and fulfillment. The true value of simplicity lies in its ability to cut through the noise of daily life, allowing you to focus on the things that truly matter. It's in the moments of stillness, when distractions fade, that you find the space to truly connect with your goals, your values, and yourself. And from that place, productivity flows effortlessly. The busyness of modern life can be deceiving. It's easy to mistake being busy for being productive. But when you simplify, you create room for efficiency, for laser-sharp focus, and for tasks that drive you toward your deepest aspirations. The strategies outlined throughout this book are not meant to be adopted all at once, but instead to be integrated gradually into your life. Whether it's streamlining your daily tasks, finding ways to maximize your energy, or using tools and systems to optimize your efforts, the key is consistency. Every small step toward simplicity is a step toward a more productive, meaningful life. And in embracing that journey, you'll find that not only do you accomplish more, but you also experience life in a richer, more purposeful way. Remember, living a life of purpose and productivity is not about perfection. It's about alignment. When your actions are in harmony with your goals and values, the work feels less like a grind and more like a rewarding journey. The tools and techniques presented here are meant to guide you along that path, offering structure without imposing rigidity. Ultimately, the choice is yours. The power to simplify, to focus, and to live with purpose is in your hands. Every moment you reclaim from distraction, every choice you make to focus on what matters most, brings you closer to the life you envision. The journey toward a simpler, more productive life is not about grand, sweeping changes, but about the small, deliberate actions that over time create lasting transformation. So, as you move forward, carry with you the understanding that simplicity is the cornerstone of productivity. It's a practice, a mindset, and a way of life. And through that practice, you will unlock the freedom to not just do more, but to do what matters most. The path is clear, the possibilities endless. It's time to take action and begin living the life you've always wanted.